What is up, Sooner Nation? It's spring practice eve in Oklahoma. Welcome
Right.
to the Sooner Surge Double Trouble. Happy Sunday. Sooner softball, dominant. Bats are still hot. Sooner baseball, 3-game sweep of UCF. They sit atop the Big 12 baseball standings. It's a great day to be a Sooner, and spring practices start tomorrow, Jay.
Germ,
And
it's
I'm
here.
still wearing my puka shell necklace, boys.
Spring football has arrived. Hey, Jeremy. Chester, first Boomer Sooner for life. That's right. Jay Jones, Boomer. Tyler, thanks for joining. What's up? How are you tonight? Yeah, you got your puka shell necklace on as usual. I don't know if you wore it last night, did you?
Don't take it off, Jay.
Never take it off.
Nope, I haven't
Never
taken
take
it off since I've gotten it.
Hey, Jeremy, you're an English teacher.
Yes.
Do you teach poetry at all? Is that part of English or is that literature?
Yes, Jay. It's in an English class.
So
Yes.
maybe drop us viewers. How quick can you come up with a haiku or a poem about "'Twas the night before spring football"? Give us something, bro.
I say the viewers drop one in there, but I'll go one.
If you're a true English teacher, you should be able to come up with this pretty quickly. Hey, viewers, drop it in there. "'Twas the night before spring football." Went all through the palace.
'Twas the night before spring football. Went all through the palace. The Surgeon Maniac's hearts were full of much malice. How about that, Jay?
Here you go.
Farouk's fumbles were haunting their dreams. Zach Alley, new sheriff in town, coming up with new schemes. Jackson Arnold, gonna have to be in your prime. I, for one, will call you the real dime time. How about that?
That's pretty good, Jerm. That's pretty good. Hey, love to hear you finish it, but you'll have to come up with something later. That's pretty good, though. Can't compete with that. I'll admit, I can't come up with anything like that.
Well, we got some brilliant viewers. They'll come up with something.
I don't teach English, so it's hard for me. But hey, that is right, Chester. On the fly, look at the guy. Hey, brilliant, intelligent. Jerm, you should come up with a real one for the whole thing. Porter Moser is.
Awesome. Porter Moser is, as NSYNC says, bye, bye, bye. Hey, happy birthday, Lori.
That's right, Lori. Happy birthday to you. I would sing to you, but I don't sing. So
yeah, please don't.
Put down the Red Bull.
Jay, would you say this? Porter Moser is in the tournament?
Yes, they're a lock. We're not getting into that again.
Okay. Because I don't think so.
Hey, spring football's here, dude. I mean, I can't wait. Yeah, Topher, hearing some things, bro.
Let me guess. Everything on Future Freaks 2026 went well.
I think Topher's saying there's some guys that may have
silently committed.
Maybe so. I don't know. I'll take it. Whatever it is, I'll take it, Topher. I don't know what you're referring to, but I'll take it. That would be outstanding. So,
yes, Future Freak
Donnie.
Class.
What's up, Donnie?
Future Freak class would be good.
That's correct.
What do you expect tomorrow, Jay?
What do I expect? I expect the weather looks great, and I expect we're going to be. I would expect we're going to hear quite. I wonder how much media will be out there. Will there be any at all? What do you think? Spring football.
It's the opening day of spring football. There's going to be media there.
I don't think there will be personally, but hey, I don't think they do that spring football. But
Baker Mayfield,
100 million. Yeah, unbelievable. Gray God says, heard some things today. Moser will more than likely be back next year. What about the one positive Moser has is he's got Forsyth coming in, and Forsyth is looking outstanding in the state tournament, man. Looking unreal.
Forsyth is looking great. Correct.
What do I expect from spring football? I tell you, there's a lot of things I expect. But what am I probably looking forward to the most? It's about the offensive linemen. What is that Topher says? Have you checked Flight Checker lately?
I have no idea. But hey, I like what Chester says. Look, I don't get into all that stuff. Whatever. Until you sign, I don't really. Whatever. That's just me. You know my thoughts, Jay.
Yeah, I know, but hey, it's a real thing, though. That's what recruiting is, man. You're gonna have ups and downs throughout the recruiting process. You're gonna have guys that you think will commit, maybe they won't. You never know. We'll see how it plays out. I think OU's trending very well for 25 already, and 26 future freaks. I mean, yeah, flight checker. I'm about to check flight tracker tonight. See what's going
For
on
what?
there.
For what?
See what's going on there with Porter. Apparently what Topher said. I don't know. Don't know anything about it. Hey, first off, OU plays in the Big 12 tournament on Wednesday, so nobody better be getting on a plane to go anywhere. That's all I got to say.
That is correct.
Correct.
Jay, earlier you asked a question about media. I would assume, but maybe they're not going to be. I don't know. I don't know what you meant by the question, but you mean, are we going to get practice updates? Yes, I think there's going to be a lot of people covering. We won't be giving practice updates, but I'm sure at some point there will be.
No, what I'm saying is, if I remember
video
right,
footage.
What I'm saying, if I remember right, for spring football, there's not a whole lot of coverage. I think it's spring football, and you'll get to hear from BB every once in a while, but not a whole lot. That's what I remember from last year. But anyway, yeah, Tyler says, be nice to get O-line class as good as this year's D-line. I think that's the hope. That's the hope. And Hunter says there will be Twitter posts from OU football. That's where you'll get most of your info.
That's correct. Media. That is media.
Correct. But
Twitter is media. Yeah, I mean, we're going to get some footage of practice.
Well, and yeah, but you'll get footage of, yeah, I mean.
Hey, I want another D-line class like this year too, but I don't know that next year's class is going to be that good.
Yeah. What I'm trying to see that. I don't know what that one is. Let me move on. Somebody will have spring practice coverage. There will be coverage, but there won't be a lot of media. It's not like the fall practice when they're, they're getting media access and watching practice. It's not going to be like that. Mark says I'm 4 minutes behind watching. Mark went to the Love Field today, first time. Mark,
where did you end up? Mark, where did you end up eating at?
Yeah, where'd you end up eating in Norman? I'd be interested to know too.
Monty says, remember when Kamar Wheaton went elsewhere? The fans were ready to get rid of DeMarco Murray because he couldn't bring any running backs. Yeah, I remember that.
Hey, let me say this. DeMarco Murray was mentioned on the air. Is there, Sharon Moore has an opening for running backs. Is he going to try to throw everything at DeMarco Murray or not?
No.
Okay.
DeMarco Murray's not leaving OU to go to the same position there. I didn't say he was,
so don't put words in my mouth. I just said a former OU guy.
I didn't put words in your mouth. I'm just saying he's not leaving OU to go to Michigan.
What if it was running back and OC?
Well, I mean, if they're going to up the ante and promotion and things like that.
That's what I'm asking.
I don't think he'd want to go live in that area myself, but he turned down an NFL backs job.
Yeah, I'm not saying he would even go. I'm saying, do you think they will try is what I'm asking. It's a question. Do you think they will try to go after him? That's all I'm saying.
No, 82 Boomer Sooner likes Taylor Tatum and Xavier Robinson. That is correct. That is correct.
Hey, the weather looks great for spring football, though, doesn't it? First part of the week.
Yeah, I just want to see what it's going to be like on the spring game.
Yeah, hopefully good. Last year was not that good weather. I mean, it was kind of chilly, windy, not a good day.
Yeah, it was chilly.
It's been warm already this year, though, so that's a positive. I'm just interested to see some of the videos that they do put out from some of these guys that we haven't seen yet at all from OU. The freshmen. That's especially the D line. I'm excited to see these D linemen get out there and play. That's what I'm excited for.
See what against this offensive line that's brand new.
Correct.
I'm not talking about
Gray God. I like those two. I'm high on both those. I'd like to see those. Kyla, that's a great question. I don't know. I haven't seen any posts from them about get your tickets, but I'm sure I don't know when those will go out, Kyla. Hunter may know.
Yeah, I don't think the link's been open yet that I know of. How many recruits are not going to be playing spring ball? So let's just talk. Andrew Anthony, is he going to be playing?
I think he's talking about recruits.
Oh, recruits.
Yes.
Well, anyone that's on campus is going to be playing.
Correct, but what they're saying is some weren't early enrollees.
Well, yeah, and some of the, I mean, Tatum's one of the bigger names that's not. EPL's another one.
Yeah,
Eugene Brooks, right? Eugene Brooks, is he on campus?
Tyler says, wonder how Hicks looks. I could say he looks physically better than anyone in the backfield. Don't forget, Andy Bass, of course, he's injured. Don't forget, Caleb Hicks, a lot of guys last year, I think it was Reggie Pearson specifically said he looked unreal last year. That's why I kind of thought he might get some PT when they were struggling at the beginning, but we'll see. I think he's great.
Yes.
Yeah, just EPL and Tatum not on campus, what Bobby says. That's it.
What was it? What was it last year? 60,000?
I think it was probably close to that, but
it wasn't 80,000. I know that.
No, it was there. It wasn't 80,000.
And plus, hey, the other thing is Taylor Tatum's got an injury he's coming off of also.
Yeah, and Daniel Akinkumi, very eager to see him. That's a name, Mark. I agree. I'm interested to see Michael Hawkins, man. I am. I'm interested to see how he does.
Chester, I'm not getting mad at you. I agree with you, okay? I'm not going to go into it, but I agree with you. 20 out of 27 enrolled early, which is an unbelievable number, guys. Unbelievable that many early enrollees this year.
Hey, this is a great question from Blake. Thanks, Blake, for joining tonight. Appreciate it. I think you go to work here soon, maybe. But who's our best power back? The guy for 3rd and 2. Last year it was Tawi. Who would you say this year?
I don't really know, Jay, but I mean, it
Xavier,
depends on who they want to roll in there. It's not Sawchuk, though.
I mean, Xavier would be the guy, but I don't know if he'll play as a freshman.
Sam Franklin could be that guy. Hicks could be that guy.
Hey, Mark, I see what you're saying here, but what I'm saying is I'm eager to see him for the future. That's all.
Yeah.
And I agree. A lot of people are saying Xavier, but Barnes, too. If Barnes is your number 2, he'd probably be your physical back for the 3rd and short.
This is talking about injuries. Casey Thompson, Andrew Anthony, Deshaun McCullough, Gentry Williams, Justin Harris.
Hey, but let me say something about the 3rd and 2. You know what I've always thought? Sometimes, to me, it's not the physical guy I want in there. If it's a guy that takes a while to find his hole, I want somebody who's just going to bust it up there as quick as possible. Maybe it's not your biggest guy. Whoever's going to hit the hole the fastest or try to get up in there. You know who was really good at that for Oklahoma? Eric Gray. Eric Gray in short yardage was pretty good because he was very quick to the hole.
Well, a lot of it's going to depend on the line.
And I think Barnes sometimes he kind of waits a little bit, but I may be
Barnes, we can't even evaluate Barnes until we see him out there running around again. That's the first thing. Mm-hmm. I hope we see Liam Evans kicking 60-yarders at practice.
Jeremy, you want to answer that one about Marcus Major?
OU will miss Marcus Major in the locker room. I think he was a great leader guy. He had a pretty good season last year, made some great plays, if you remember right, before he, again, got banged up again. His numbers, they're not going to miss. They'll have other guys fill that hip.
Yeah. Jay's talking about the whole stuff. Yeah, running through the.
I'm excited for Devon Mitchell. I'm excited for Bauer Sharp. I'm excited for the entire tight end room.
I am too. I mean, you could say that really for a lot of the team. I mean, you're excited for it, but what are we really going to find out this spring ball? What? Give me two things that we'll find out when the spring game's over. We'll be like, well, we figured that out, whatever it was. Is there two things?
I already got the 2. Yeah, Eugene Brooks is. It's EPL that's not. Hey, I think there's 2 things, Jay. First one.
You already know the starting quarterback.
I already know the 2 things. First one, offensive scheme. What's going to be different about the plays and the offense?
You think they'll tell that in the spring game?
Oh, I think we'll know that. The second one is I think we'll see if the defensive line, young guys, are as good as advertised. Now, center's another. Jay says center. I agree. Eugene Brooks can play center, and I think Jay is saying that we're going to find out about the center position. Craig says defense and O-line.
We will find out about the center position, and I mean, we'll see if it's whoever it is. Can they hold up? I mean, Everett, is he going to hold up against a guy like DeJohn Terry in the spring game? I mean,
the Florida State kicker didn't even kick last year.
correct.
Okay.
Yeah, I do too. I'm with you, Todd. I like seeing the local guys do things. Greg on says tight end, O-line, D-line, backup quarterback, major battles.
But
yeah,
the backup quarterback in the spring game isn't, because Casey Thompson's not even playing.
But let's do this. What do you think? I have not seen that movie, Mark. I haven't heard of that one. Hey, what do you think the two positions that'll be the biggest when you want to quote position battles?
Two what?
The best position battles. Where will they be this year in the spring game?
Tight end. For starter, I think the starting tight end position is a big one, but the offensive line is where it's at, Jay.
Yeah, I kind of agree with Jonathan too. I think the cornerback room, there's a really good battle going on. Chester says Everett's going to be the center. I can't fathom that, Chester. I can't, but you may be right.
Timeout. Greg God and Kylo, what are y'all talking about?
What do you mean?
I never said he's the backup. I said there isn't a backup quarterback battle until Casey Thompson starts practicing. And now people are saying I'm a little too high on Thompson. First off, I'm not too high on Thompson. Casey Thompson would be a good backup.
Jeremy,
what is wrong with that?
Jeremy, he hasn't won that job, though, I think is what people say.
I didn't say he had.
Well,
there's not a quarterback battle.
I think you were implying that. You were implying that.
No, I was implying that there's not a battle. If he's not healthy, he can't even battle.
Thompson thinks for certain the backup, if not the number one quarterback.
Oh, wow. No, he's the backup, I think, but to act like Michael Hawkins is the clear-cut favorite over Casey Thompson, that's a little too high on Hawkins.
Nobody said that, Jeremy. And Greg just says he thought you meant Thompson just had the job by
no, someone in the comments said
chill out a little bit, dude. Chill out.
Someone in the comments said the backup quarterback position is a big-time battle, and I said, well, it can't be in the spring because Thompson won't even be out there.
Yeah, and Thompson's experience gives him an edge over Hawkins.
For sure. It's not far-fetched to say he's the clear-cut backup.
But
he played at Nebraska. He played at Texas. He's got big-time experience. But is he healthy? That's the thing.
Yeah, we'll find out.
I hope it never gets to that.
Yeah, Greg said that's a battle is what he said.
Yeah, the kicker did not kick at Florida State. Kanik needs to become last year's Stutzman, 100%.
I agree. He needs to take.
I don't know if you can see that in the spring game, though.
Why not?
Well, I mean, there's a lot you can't really see in a spring game, Jay.
Well, I mean, I agree with that. There is. I agree with that comment. He did. I mean, he played, but did he win much? I mean, fair play.
About beat OU. About beat OU.
Didn't, though. There we go. 1982 Boomer Sooners got it. Sooner Surge boys, Surgeon Maniacs, according to OU on X, season ticket holders can order spring game tickets now. The rest will be sold to the public March 20th. There you go. And Mark, the question is, how much zone are they going to play? That's what that's a big thing to see. You mentioned offensive scheme, Jeremy. I'm interested to see defensively what they do with Zach Alley if they do a little more man. Fan stop. I would think they would want to redshirt Hawkins if Thompson is healthy and good enough to be the backup. I agree with that. If they're going to go with Thompson as a backup, they'll probably try to redshirt Hawkins. Here's the thing, though. It doesn't do really quarterbacks any good to be redshirted anymore because look who's coming behind him, Kevin Sperry, right? I mean, you're going to have two highly touted quarterbacks on campus the more you redshirt. So I don't know. I think that
Jay.
Yeah.
Thompson came here to be the backup and to be a mentor to guys like Hawkins. He's the mentor. You're not going to give the mentee the job over the mentor usually unless something is out of whack there.
Here's the deal.
Unless he impresses way much than we thought, way more than we thought.
Michael Hawkins did not come to OU to play as a freshman. He knows Jackson Arnold's there. So if Thompson is there, helping him learn it with Jackson Arnold, I think that's great. Jackson, I did not see the Sperry tweet. Did he tweet something about? Did they get a new commit? Was it his commit tweet? If so, they got somebody probably silently committed, getting ready to commit.
I am really high on Reggie Powers.
If that's true, Jackson, and it was somebody like Ty Haywood, oh boy, that'd be huge. I think it's too early.
It's about trivia time, isn't it?
It's about trivia time. Hey,
before you do though, let's remind everyone to check out fanstop.com, subscribe to the Shirt of the Month Club. Make sure if you do, you use code SURGE, 10% off your first 3 months. A reminder, to get the April shirt, you're going to need to subscribe to the Shirt of the Month Club by March 20th. And you don't want to miss the April shirt. It is legit.
That's right. Really good looking shirt. Hey, trivia tonight. This stat will blow your mind, Jeremy. And
really?
Yeah, it will. So, OU softball. They haven't played a whole lot of games at Love Field, right? Not that many. This trivia question is, how many OU players have hit a home run at Love's Field?
OU players or total players? There's been quite a bit, Jay.
This stat will blow your mind.
It's not 4.
Nope.
Not even close.
Higher. Nope. Still don't.
Teresa's usually a softball guru. Ron says 6. Nope.
11. There it is. 11, guys.
Can you name them?
Bobby got it. Good job, Bobby. 11.
Can you name them?
Well, let's go through them. Coleman, Jennings, Hanson, Brito,
Lilio, Boone,
Parker, Pickering.
That's 7. Let's not count Pickering. That's 7.
Sanders
Coleman 8. Jada Coleman 8.
Sanders
9. 2 more, Jay.
Ludlam.
I couldn't remember if Ludlam did or not.
It's 11. That's all I know. Hey.
Okay. Probably Ludlam and Pickering.
Hey, Jackson, you were behind Bobby on our end. I'm just telling you what showed up on the game. We'll look at it and see, make sure. But
hey, what was the deal with Hawkins' dad? People were saying.
What?
What was the deal that people were saying about Hawkins' dad?
I didn't see that, Jeremy.
Hunter, will you drop it in if it was Ludlam and Pickering with the last 2? And Sooner Surge, Hunter says Bobby got it. I didn't see what the talk was about the Mike Hawkins' dad, though.
I didn't either. So, yeah, he is.
Yeah, he's going to compete, but I don't think there's any way he thinks he's going to win the job.
Not over Jackson Arnold. Are you talking about backup?
No, they're saying the job.
I think he's coming to compete, and he thinks he can win. He'll win that backup role. That's what I think. Yes, I agree.
No, they're saying he was coming in to compete for the job.
He is coming in to compete.
Yeah, you compete, but start is different. I
don't want a guy that's going to come in and not compete, Jeremy.
Exactly. I agree with that, Jay.
So what are you talking about?
I think people are taking what his dad said out of context. I teach English. Context is important, guys. Words matter. Jackson Arnold's job is safer. It's locked away somewhere. Come off it. Jackson Arnold's the starter.
Yeah, no, I don't think anybody.
There's zero chance he's not starting game 1, Jay.
I agree. And
I don't care if those 5 picks in the spring game, he's the starter.
If they're not wanting to compete, they don't need to be playing college football. And Gregog was not knocking Jackson Arnold. He was just saying, here we go. Collins got it. Riley Boone, Alyssa Brito, Jada Coleman, Kinsey Henson, Tiara Jennings, Riley Ludlam, Ella Parker, Cassie Pickering, Sydney. Torres. Thanks, Colin. Appreciate it. That's a wild stat, guys. That's unbelievable.
Jackson Arnold is an all-season starter lock unless Casey Thompson is blowing it out of the water and Jackson Arnold is playing like Eric Moore. Okay? That would be the difference.
Holden, that's what he does.
I just yell all the time, Holden. Sorry. I apologize. I'll try to be quieter. We know it's his job because Dylan Gabriel couldn't even handle the smoke. He had to leave.
No,
Dylan Gabriel didn't want the smoke. Had to go elsewhere.
That's a great point by Bobby.
He didn't want to have to compete for the job, Jay.
But here's what I'll say. Let me say this.
Don't say Jeremy. Oh, I'm sorry, Hunter. I said something bad about DG.
Hey, let me
I
say
apologize.
this, Jeremy. Let me say this, though. And listen, please go ahead and clean your ears out. Clean them out, okay? Because you're going to take this, what I say, the wrong way. But here's what I'm going to say is they did, push Dylan Gabriel out because they want to go. They knew Jackson Arnold's the guy. But now Jackson Arnold has to be the guy. If he's not, they're kind of up a creek. Right?
Yeah. Hey, that person who dropped in the home runs did not have Lilio, so maybe Torres didn't. Either Pickering or Torres has, not both, because Lilio has. I have not had one tonight. I don't drink. Listen. Someone asked me, Jackson, if Jackson Arnold,
I don't think Quincy was on that list.
What?
I don't think Quincy was on the list he listed.
Then he has them all right. It's just add Lilio. That would be 11. Sorry. Yeah. Colin was right. Just needs to add Lilio. If Jackson Arnold this season has the same statistical season or similar as DG, spell his name right, Jackson. Jeremy, what rating am I giving him? Well, it would depend on two things. I already said Dylan Gabriel had a phenomenal season. Facts. So I guess I would say Jackson Arnold would have a phenomenal season. The difference is, would Jackson Arnold have made the plays to win some of the tight games? That's what would separate him. I think he would.
Hey, here's the deal. I think there is going to be more wow plays from Jackson Arnold. But I will say this. I do think my concern, I've said it before, the turnovers. Because turnovers will lose you games.
Yes.
So I think Jackson Arnold takes more risk than Dylan Gabriel. So I think the turnovers could be up. I do. I think he's got a little bit of Brett Favre in him. He thinks he can fit in that window. He's going to try to fit it in there, which I like, but it also can lead to turnovers, especially against really good teams. So we'll see. And I think, hey, he's still learning. He's only started one game, dude. I mean, Jackson Arnold's got a long career ahead of him. So that's one thing I'll tell people to hold their horses. And I think it's Jeremy. I think you pumped him up so much that you still got to be careful. But Jeremy, don't look at me like that. Don't say that. You have.
Bobby says it best.
You said he's the best quarterback in the SEC already.
I said next year he'll be the best quarterback, yes.
So what I'm saying, and I agree, Mess, part of that was on the receiver. Holden's got a question. Guy's opinion on the O-line. Here's what I'll say. Jeremy, you start first on the O-line.
My opinion on the O-line is what I'm going to say. I'm going to say this. It's what I've said all along is I think they are inexperienced together. I think they are way deeper than I expected. They got guys in there. I like the O-line room. I don't know what it's going to be yet because I don't know who Beatenbow is going to go with. I like the potential, and here we go, Jay, the upside of the room. I just don't know yet.
I would
the
say,
pieces are there. Can they be put together? I don't know.
I would say you got a couple right now that I would say are starters. That you could say they're going to start.
Sexton and Fabechi, I guess.
Fabechi and Sexton, I think, will probably start. The rest, I don't know about, and I don't think anybody knows about it. But I'll say this. They could be a better unit, but have less talent than they had last year on the starting five. Because Guyton was uber talented.
Correct. But
hey, even Bird was really talented. He just didn't pan out. But there's some youngsters there that I do think we need to keep our eye on. Guys that are freshmen. I think we need to keep our eye on some of those. One of them being Eugene Brooks. I really think Eugene Brooks could really push. I do.
And he's there already, and so's some others. But Jay, Bobby says it best. DG is a great game manager. Jackson Arnold has the ability to be a game changer. DG never could be a game changer. I'll say it, never. 1982, Boomer Sooner.
Missouri. Period.
What?
Missouri.
What? Columbia?
What?
No, hotty toddy for sure.
I'm not talking about atmosphere. I'm talking about the team I can't wait to play, Missouri.
Oh, okay. I looked at it as atmosphere.
Atmosphere, I would go Ole Miss. I would love to tailgate Ole Miss. LSU's a good one too, especially the LSU night game.
Yeah, Death Valley would be good, Jay. I want to know why Jackson says I've hyped him up too much, though.
I said that.
And Jackson agreed with you.
You have hyped him up. And he's
in what way?
He's supposed to be hyped up. He's a 5-star. But I sometimes feel like you think that he's not going to have any struggles at all. He's just going to walk in there and dominate.
Jonathan, you can be with me. We'll lock arms and go together. I'm sure I can get about 50 more on here to lock arms with me.
Jeremy, there's people on here if you say OU's not crimson and cream, they're blue and gold, people would believe you. So yes, you will get a good following on that.
KGK33 says DG over Arnold this year, which I think is wild.
Hey, listen,
wild.
You always take what I say about Arnold and change it. What I've said is, I think basically he's a freshman. He started one game. Okay, so you cannot expect to walk in the SEC and think he's just gonna. He might dominate, but I don't think he's just gonna go out there and put up huge numbers. I think. Well, I'll say this: he'll put up huge numbers, but he's gonna have turnovers. I think he's gonna have turnovers.
Okay, well, DG had turnovers the second year. DG had more turnovers the second year than first year, didn't he? He took more risks his second year, which is what everyone wanted. I wanted him to take more risks. BV will not make a change next year, I don't think, unless he's just abysmal.
Hey, nobody's saying Jackson Arnold is not going to be special. I'm not saying that. He may be Heisman this year. I'm not saying that. But you cannot say that it's guaranteed, Jeremy. And that's what you pretty much kind of talked about, is he's going to be guaranteed to be the best SEC quarterback. It's not guaranteed.
Mez, you're right. Jackson Arnold will sit in the pocket, scan the field, find the right guy to throw it to. That's one of the differences between him and DG, and the other one is arm strength. That's what it is. And Greg Gotti won't under throw the speeds at wide receiver. His arm is crazy. He's going to make so many wow plays. He might frustrate us with some bad decisions maybe his first year.
That's all I'm saying.
He may frustrate with bad decisions his first year, but
agree with that, Iowa. I agree with that big time. I think he does have that. If you watched him in high school at all, you saw that.
Hey, so I don't get your comment here. Are you saying it's a quarterback opponent, or are we talking about a team? Are you just saying Oregon's better than OU, or are you saying Dylan Gabriel? It's not Dylan Gabriel versus Jackson Arnold, okay? It's not,
let me say this.
How it works.
Let me say this real clearly in a way that, Hunter, you'll probably get upset about it. Some people might. I think Brent Venables would eat up Dylan Gabriel. And listen, because I think Dylan Gabriel is a good quarterback. I do. I think he is a system type quarterback where if that first read's open, he'll hit him. But if you confuse him, I don't think he's a guy that can kind of make plays with his. There was very few times where he went to second or third reads and made huge plays. That's all I'm saying. And you may hate me for that.
I also say this, that BV said a couple of days ago that Jackson Arnold will be great because of the guys around him. And the tight end room is better, should be. If they can run the ball, if the line can protect. Let's not forget, the line in the bowl game was abysmal. Jackson Arnold had no time.
What is Hunter confused about?
I don't know. I think he's talking to you, Jay.
Me? What did I say?
You just made a long take about DG. I don't know what he's saying.
That had nothing to do with him starting at Oklahoma for 2 years. I don't know what he's talking about.
Dow Poets, the line was horrible in the Arizona game.
Well, they were playing with guys that hadn't played that year, though. I mean, so.
Tyler Schaefer, Caleb Schaefer, Jay, the line was bad. Go back and rewatch it, Dow Post 83, please. I saw 5 plays where Jackson Arnold simply sidestepped a guy because he was about to get sacked. He showed so much poise. Wrong on what?
Kenneth.
Wrong on what, Kenneth?
$100. You're wrong on what? Line was terrible.
Yes, Kyler, the line was horrible. The line was not fine. Oh, my goodness, guys. What, Dalpois, was it worse than the other games in the year? Yes, that's a fact. It was probably the worst game of the year for the offensive line.
Yeah, Mess, I agree with you. The receivers should be a lot better across the board. So
it was pitiful last year in the line. It was rough watching, Bobby. Like, I'm not sure what some of you guys were watching in the bowl game. Yes. Potential outweighs the risk.
Very well
was
put.
Hunter questioning, Jay? I'm confused.
Huh? I don't know what Hunter's questioning. He hasn't responded. Also only had 10 days to get ready. Correct. And a new offensive coordinator. Correct.
They didn't even run the coordinator scheme that he wanted to run. They ran out of plays.
Correct.
I would say instead of, hey, wait, Holden, you're absolutely right. Except of saying they threw the game away, they fumbled the game away.
Correct. Hey,
and I'm going to say this, Dalpois. I believe, and they won't come out and say this, if that would have been this season, he would have taken off running. They did not want him running in that game.
Okay, this is what Kenneth's wanting to bet about. Saying, I guarantee you went through his first and second reads every time.
Who?
He's talking about DG, I think.
Please.
He
Go
did
back
get
and watch.
Hey, the only thing
he was better last year than his first year. I'll say that.
Yeah, the only thing about that comment, he did get it to Stoops a lot, which was probably their third option. So, I mean, but I just think he's very system quarterback. That's what I think about Dylan Gabriel. Okay. I think he's a good quarterback, but I think he's a system. He's very accurate. But
yeah, we couldn't afford Arnold to get hurt. They didn't even who was the backup? It was Davis Bevel in the bowl game. But
and Bobby, that's kind of like it.
And listen, I think that some other things people need to think is Arnold may sit back there a little longer, but the receiver's got to do a good job of moving, and because he can sling it down the field and extend some plays. But Arnold did not throw the game away. Jeez, Dalpois, I highly disagree with that. It was 31-13. If Farouk doesn't fumble, they score.
Iowa, great question. Who will become Arnold's favorite target this year? I'm going to say a name that's going to surprise you. It's going to be a tight end, I think. Bauer Sharp, maybe. I really think I think this offense is going to use a tight end way more than they've used a tight end. And so I would expect the tight end, whoever emerges as that guy, to be a guy he throws to quite a bit. Maybe not.
Yeah, I think the tight end position could be massively, massively valuable for Jackson Arnold.
What's up, Trap? What's up, Trap? How are you tonight?
Listen to Burks, man. Listen to him talk. He's pretty confident, guys. He's pretty confident. And I'm really high on Bauer Sharp. I am really high on Bauer Sharp.
Yeah, Mark says it, Jeremy. Remember, we're playing 10 wide receivers this year, according to you. So.
7 to 10. 7 to 10.
That's right, Gary. That's a good point. Best wide receiver on Georgia, tight end.
Jay, what was Hunter? Hunter hasn't gotten back on here. What's the deal?
Don't know. I don't know what he was confused.
I think you made him mad, Jay.
What?
I think you made him upset.
I didn't make anybody mad. I didn't say anything that would make anybody mad. Only you would say that.
DG's favorite target was Anthony. Agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree. What's up, Johnny? How's Johnny tonight? Doing good?
I am very high on Thompson and Gibson.
I agree. Yeah.
Hey, no one's going to argue the drive. That was the drive of his life when he took off and made that pass to Stoops on that scramble, and then it set up that drive. That was an unbelievable, unbelievable drive. That is not who Dylan Gabriel was the entire season, though. Those can be true.
Yeah, they can be. And guys, everybody on here talking about Dylan Gabriel, Jackson, whatever. Listen, everybody, the whole nation's going to find out how good of a quarterback Dylan Gabriel was, because when you go to an offense that you haven't played in, he's been in Levy's offense his whole career. So we're going to find out, I think, was he a system guy or is he a great quarterback? I think we'll find out.
Yeah, and we hope that Jackson Arnold is the great quarterback and not a system guy. I don't think Jackson Arnold's a system guy. Jackson Arnold's got all the weapons, all the tools in the tool belt.
Hey, Greg, I agree. It's an easy schedule compared to some, but I do think still it'll be interesting because he's in a new offense.
He is.
Mark, point.
Mark, you're right. It was the exception, not the rule. And I like what look, Nick Anderson, guys, with Nick Anderson, Jaden Gibson, and whatever tight end, whether it's Sharp or Mitchell, guys, there's mismatches all over the field. There are height mismatches all over the field.
All bias aside, I don't expect Arnold to be a top 5 quarterback nationally this year. Yes or no, Jeremy?
Top 5 quarterback nationally. Let me think who's coming back. Yeah, he can be a top 5 quarterback nationally.
Will he be?
I would say, I think he'll be the best in the SEC. So I will say he's a top 5 quarterback nationally next year, yardage wise.
I agree, KJK. That's what I'm hoping they do run the ball more. And
I do hope they're more physical, KGK.
Got to be more physical in this league. Have to be.
If they're a top 5 offense and they're better than with Jeff Levy, which is saying quite a bit.
And you know, we've talked a lot of offense tonight, but defense, how you're going to make the playoff this year. Defense. Got to make a big jump. Zach Alley's there. Maybe some new schemes thrown in mixed with BB schemes. I expect the defense to be really good. And wait a second, Kenneth. Jeff Levy never called plays until he got to Oklahoma. But he was at Ole Miss. I get it. Lane Kiffin was there. But at UCF, it was basically the same offense is what I'm saying. I said Levy's name, but it was the same offense.
And Levy was a great coordinator for OU, guys. Hate him all you want. He was great. Now, there were some questionable things, but the offense rankings were great. I'll say that.
Yeah.
And all the weapons, Greg God, you're right. All the weapons is the key. They got it there. But if the O-line doesn't give you time, you're in trouble.
That's what it's – here's the thing. I think it's very, very fair to say this. We can talk spring football for the next 4 weeks, whatever. We can talk leading up to the season. It's not going to matter. Here's 2 things that have to be better for OU to make the playoff. Offensive line, defensive line. End of story.
End of story. Trenches win titles.
Defensive line has to be better, which will help out the defensive backs in the passing game if they're getting pressure. Offensive line, you want to help Jackson Arnold and the receivers out in the run game, offensive line has to be better. I really do think it's that simple this year.
Yes.
I mean, that's it. I mean, and that's why they went out and got that 24 class called the power line. Now it's time to, hey, they don't have to play the whole game, but you got to have them in the rotation. They have to be there. That good.
What's up, Chief? You're right. Trenches will be the story of the 2024 season.
Yeah, field goals too. Special teams matter. You're right.
They got Doug Deacon, though. They have made improvements where they need to make improvements. Hey, now you just got to go do it.
Mark, but the reason I said it this time is this. I know it's every team, but I think that's really what what's been holding them back is they have not had the defensive line. They haven't consistently. So I think it's more important this year. They got to have that. They have to.
Absolutely.
They got everything else on defense.
It's tomorrow, Jay.
It's here.
Tomorrow night should be exciting on the live because there's going to be some stuff to talk about at least. Well, look, there's been – guys, we've talked every night. We haven't missed any nights. That's how great you guys are. You always bring content for us.
That's right. Every single night. And it's a Monday. Spring practice is here. Chief, this is a great one to end it on here. Terry coming back is huge. I feel great about the defensive line, nervous about the O-line. I think that would be probably 80 to 90% of fans right now. Great. They feel good, better about the D-line. they're a little hesitant on the offensive line with the inexperience. So, and that's fair to say, Chief. Appreciate it.
Sleep well tonight. It's the night before spring practice. We will see everyone on here tomorrow night, 9:30, same time, same place. Appreciate it. Mark, enjoy your time in Oklahoma City, and appreciate you all. Till next time. Boomer.
Sooner.